Everything's going to be right. What's going on, guys? We're back. Sorry about that. There were some technical difficulties, I guess, coming from our end where we couldn't hear anybody, but apparently y'all could hear everybody else talking shit to each other. So I guess since we're back on, we actually added Rob from the Wolfkin podcast onto. We picked him up along the way in between the internet. And we got that working.
The interwebs.
Yeah.
So
I was floating out there between the porn and spam, and here I am.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, man.
What's up, guys?
Porn and spam.
So I guess like during our last webcast that we were just hosting there, we kind of got like sidetracked with a shitload of cryptid talk.
Yes.
So
very much.
I guess we can just like start fresh. Like, what's on your hobby table, Rob?
Well, I gotta be completely honest with you. It's these two little guys, my sighters for my rapier turrets, and I have been taking my sweet time with them. But then again, I'm here for work, and work's been crazy, so I've like had no time really. Like the last time I've had a time to actually sit down and have paints in front of me was actually during that live cast I did. Other than that, I've just been busy. It's been crazy.
What kind of rapier?
Laser destroyers.
Laser destroyers. Do you ever have luck with those?
Well, against a Leviathan dropping down on a pod, no. That's the only time I got to try them. There's my method behind having those is because with the salamanders they want to get me into close range, that it kind of takes a turn or two to get in the spot that I want to, start laying down the hurt. So, have some decent anti-armor support in the back just to kind of help throw down high-strength shots, kind of to help out. So, I don't know, just playing around with it, see what happens. Whatever.
Nice.
Boy, is that my brother? Uh-oh. Yeah. It sounds like, I thought that was like thunder.
I think he's in the van.
Oh, he's in the Prius.
Dude, this is like a scene from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like, I'm just expecting him to start screaming medicine.
Did you see what God just did to us, man?
Nothing but bats.
Talk about those fucking golf shoes.
Nothing but bats.
This is bat country.
This is bat country.
Who's feeding booze to these goddamn animals? That's awesome.
Oh yeah. So hey, so I gotta ask you, Rob. What do you pack? Like my brother says that you had to pack light because of the trip, but like, was it a 50-50? Hey, bring 50% of what I want to work on and 50% of what I want to game with, or was that? What's that?
Exactly that. Exactly that. I literally picked out. I was like, all right, so I'm gonna need tactical squads. I don't have to paint anymore, but I'm gonna need those. And I just kind of like did that. Picked some Terminators, and I was like, all right. Grab everything else that's not finished yet. I'll figure out primering. The hotel people will look at me weird when I come out and I'm all high with primer. But, yeah, that's literally the idea behind it. And I was able to pack, like, a lot of infantry dudes in this 432. Just the only thing that sucked, I was like playing against Zach, I was like, man, I want my armor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm not used to just being a foot slugger. Like, oh. Yeah. But no, it worked out. I mean, I went through TSA with this, and I didn't have any issues. And I threw it up on the overhead and everything.
The 432 fits?
Yep.
That's good. That's good to know.
Not the 720 though. Like
the 720 won't. Yeah.
No. Well, what's weird is like some airlines they actually have like a strict dimension that you have to use, and then others have a volume dimension. Like you can go up to this volume mass, and I found that the volume mass ones are liars.
Yeah, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah, don't do that, because I called them and I asked them. I was like, hey, you guys are saying that I can pack carry-on if it's not overall exceeding this width and that length total. So with the height included in that, that means I can make it any size I want, right? Oh, well, you can try. Well, yeah, but mostly you can. But we'll have to make sure when you go to check in if it will fit. If not, we'll go ahead and check it. And I was like, no, we're not.
My bicycle's only like 3 inches wide, but it's like...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, what? Well, why'd you even put that on there, man?
Just trying to take a 2x4 size like bag in there, and the infantry all lined up.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Show up with like 50 pool sticks, just like professional.
I need these.
Fits.
Yeah, I picked up the Pack Go, but because we had a ground team, I didn't really have to to worry about it. The 0 hour, it was like, oh, we'll just throw it in the van, so it's pretty nice. But, there's going to come a time when it's what do you take and what do you leave? And we were talking earlier about, like, going to the UK. Man, how do we even pack for that? Well, there's no way we'd be able to fit what we took to Adepticon in the UK. You know what I'm saying?
No, you've got to.
I would.
You've got to pare it down to 2,500 points. I mean, when Jay and I flew last year, we both brought 2,000 points in a KR backpack 2, and you've got to get it down to 2,500 points. You're not going to get more than that.
Dude, I really liked busting out a second army. It's like, oh yeah, first day I'm playing Iron Warriors, and second day, bam, World Eaters all up in your face. It's like, I felt like I was the man. I was like, shit. Oh, what happened to the Iron Warriors? Oh, they're taking a break. Bringing the B team. Shit.
Yeah.
The B team. Okay.
I was reading on a forum a while back with somebody talking about going over to the UK, and they were gonna like pack their stuff and ship it like 3 weeks ahead because they had a friend over there, and I was like, dude, with customs, no.
Yeah, we've dealt with customs before.
Yeah.
No,
do you remember the month that we had to wait, Josh?
Oh yeah, that was like torture. It was like torture, waiting all that time for customs to, shit's locked up in customs. It's like, oh, we don't care if you have a tournament.
Your best bet is to just take it with you, and even honestly, like, just from personal flying, I've never, coming from overseas, flying with cigars and stuff like that on my carry-on, which you probably shouldn't do, I guess. But
you're on a list now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
prank caller.
Yeah, I'm already on the list. Well, so our last trip overseas, I brought back some Cubans from Italy, and I know. Well,
you know what? Here's a fucked up thing, okay? Like, everybody here on this podcast, Chris Pretty's the one that's smuggling Cubans, but they're gonna jump on the guy that looks like a freaking biker criminal, right? It's like, oh, there he is. Get that guy. Yeah, he was with the guy that was smuggling.
That's why I'm wearing the polo and the Oxfords and through TSA.
Yeah,
no, seriously. The thing is, though, just be cool with them. Like the lady that popped open my carry-on, I had the Cubans in the middle of the carry-on, and she's like, "Well, we need to look through your stuff because the X-ray identified something strange in the middle."
The dildos.
Yeah, I was like, first of all, it was like, oh, the fucking 12-inch white dildo. Fuck. Second thought was like, oh, those fucking cigars, because I was bringing them back for my dad. Well, myself also, but my dad.
Sure.
And so this was in D.C., so we just landed in the U.S. We were changing planes in D.C., and she pulls me aside, cute chick, and she opens it up. I was like, she's like, what's in here? I was like, oh, I'm just bringing home stuff for the family, I probably got some cigars in there, nothing big. So she pulls them out. She goes, oh, this is all you have? I was like, that's it. She goes, oh, it's cool. She puts them back in there, zips it up. I was like, peace, good to go.
Thank God. Thank God you didn't check for my weed, man.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Thank God you didn't unravel those cigars.
Yeah, they would have been Terror Town at that point. But just be cool with everybody. That's been when I flew with my army last year to Chicago. They were like, oh, what's in your carry-on? I was like, going to a convention. It's a model army. They ran me through the X-ray. They're like, all right, cool, nothing big. And on the second leg, the coming back, didn't even do that much. I told them what was in it. They're like, all right, they sent me through the fast lane, where they don't even do anything to you. So
it'd be like Rob and give them your MSDS for your fucking.
Hey, that's brilliant right there, man. That's brilliant.
It worked, man. They left me a note and everything. Everything was the way I packed it.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's the way to go, man. I saw on your cast when you did that. I said that's perfect because I know my checked luggage. They've opened it each time I've been to Chicago. Because usually I carry some glue in there and I've got some other stuff, and every shit's all rearranged. I know they've been in it, and of course they leave the little thing that says, "Hey, we looked in your shit."
Yep.
But
did they look through your shit?
Yeah, it's like a polite note of, hey, just so you know, we fingered your butthole. Sorry about that.
That's exactly how they did it. I was like, oh, well, I thought I felt something back there, but
well, thanks for letting me know. I'm glad I got this note to take home with me and hang on the wall.
yes.
Oh, Chicago, thank you.
Yeah, they don't do it in Houston. It's always in O'Hare. I guess this is the difference between Texas and Illinois.
Yeah, man, like I said, dude, you can get, for your glues and stuff, you can always find an MSDS for them. And for whatever reason, it's like if they can open that and they see that first thing, it's like you just did their job for them. There's no longer a guessing game of what's in there. It's like, oh, great, picture, thanks, bye. Because, they're just like the rest of us. They're lazy as shit. They don't want to actually do their job. So, at least I'm like that. No, man, shortcuts.
You know what?
I bet you the easiest way to bypass getting any of your shit checked is just bubble wrapping and duct taping the shit out of minuscule stuff. So that way when they finally open this 60 layers of bubble wrap and they find a paintbrush, they're like, nah, fuck the rest of this shit. No.
You know what? If you get to the airport 8 hours early and do that, hey, that's one thing. But if you got a flight to make, shit, man, because that's just asking for them to be dickholes. All right, we're gonna go through all of this bubble wrap because we know you're a dickhole.
Do you want to see something funny? Sorry, that's completely off topic. So I was gonna get some bits, right?
Yeah.
All right, so supposed to get some bits out of this drawer.
Oh God, we're going below the table.
Oh yeah. What is that? Oh, is that waffles?
Yeah, I don't know how she got inside.
What's up, waffles?
She's like,
that's awesome.
I guess there's a hole in the back of it. I had no clue she was in there, so you can only imagine.
Dude, got a fucking mogwai in there
with all this goat man talk.
Yeah, don't give her water after dark or feed her after whatever it was.
Dude, mine and my girls' cats, man. I used to let them. We have two of them. We used to let them live in the hot room, dude, until they got big enough. And well, honestly, it wasn't even that. It was more or less when I started buying Forge World. They had this weird knack of plucking one Legionnaire and then just going somewhere else in the house and just leaving it. They wouldn't chew it. They just grab it, go somewhere, and leave it. And it was probably the third Legionnaire that I found near the dryer. I was like, yeah, no, you guys ain't allowed in there no more. No.
I totally had to send a contemptor head out for that very reason. Yeah, it's like, oh, I think my toddler got my contemptor head. It's like, shit.
Well.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but whenever when I started finding those, I went into a panic and started going back to everything. I was starting to count. How many tactical squads did I have? Wait a minute, I only count 29. Did I have 29? Oh wait, sergeants. How many of those did I have? It's how many more are missing? I don't even know what happened.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, well, I've got to end tonight and head to bed. I got my performance review in the morning right now.
All right.
Performance review. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Remember, cup the balls. Cup the balls. Cup the balls.
My big boss is a chick, so.
Okay, cup the lips.
Do you have to give a presentation?
Post op.
Nah. I just had to make some notes on stuff to talk about. So I've been doing while we've been talking.
Dude, just try to when it starts, just try to slowly edge in there about the Great Crusade of Humanity and how you need to conquer, and just start making that your goals and objectives.
I will tell you, and these guys already know, but a few weeks back, the company has had this Slim Down Showdown, and the company I work for has got, I don't know, about 90,000 employees.
Right.
So there's this big Slim Down Showdown that's been going on, and there were two people from my region that were participating in it. So they encouraged people to go on their blog and comment. So one day I was at work. I was like, I got a minute. I'll go on their blog and put some words of encouragement, all that good stuff. Well, without thinking, I forgot that my email address is tied to WordPress, which is tied to Forgotten Legion 30K and all that stuff. And so I commented on there, and it's from the Forgotten Legion 30K. I sit there, I was like, well, I guess we just advertised to 90,000 possible people. All right, cool.
Plugging.
just plug it.
Spread the heresy. Spread that.
Yeah, I tried to. I don't know if we got any new friends out of it, but yeah, it took me a second. I was like, well, I guess I outed myself to the entire company, but it's all good. Whatever.
I paint dolls.
As my wife says, space muñecas.
Muñecas.
Space monos.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night, man. I'll catch y'all later.
Later, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Later, pretty.
So,
It's so funny. We should have told him, like, first thing you do is just, like, as soon as you see your boss, pro tip, initiate dominance. Like instill dominance. Let her know that she's not the boss.
yeah, they had to go over like a friggin' sack of potatoes.
Take control of the room, pretty. Take control. Knock out the biggest person in the room.
First rule of Fight Club, we don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't tell her of your masculinity. Prove it.
Show her. Prove it.
Oh, jeez.
Break something. As soon as you get in the room, break something. Let them know you're not afraid to fuck her or not fuck around.
I think the best advice for him, man, is just like walk into the room, point glaringly at her, and just yell out as loud as you possibly can the most defiant voice you can behold, and say, "There can only be one."
There can be only one. Yeah.
She says, "Please leave."
Then you're just like, "I still got my job, right? Good."
I was just playing about that whole though.
That whole highlighter bullshit.
Yeah. What I was trying to say is that I'm sensitive to the Scottish community.
So, Josh, dude, what you working on?
I'm working on these Vindicators, but I got these. I actually just finished putting my mod cubes together, and I wanted to bring these up. These mod cubes are one of the things that we used at Adepticon to, as far as objectives. Some tables had objectives. Some tables had like fixed objectives, like destroy this, destroy that. But most of the tables that we played on had, an objective type of. Hold on one second. Let me clean this brush.
I'm about to say I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go swap out laundry. I gotta pull the Josh.
Okay. Yeah, go do that.
But I am wearing pants.
Hey, oh, that's horrible. You're killing me. They're short pants. Go.
Pants.
Pretty pants. Yeah. All right. So anyway, let me get my bearings here. So at Adepticon we had these objectives, and they were provided by a company called ModCube, and the owner Steve was there at Adepticon, and he had quite a setup, and we were really impressed with the way the mod cubes worked. So we're looking to incorporate them in some of our tournaments and events that we're doing. If you're attending Alamo GT this year, we'll be running the 30K event in Alamo GT, and you'll see some of these mod cubes in effect. So in a basic mod cube kit, you get these discs, and they come in blue and red, of course, and they're numbered. I don't know if you can see, like this one has a number 6 on it, and this one's got like a number 5. So anyway, you got these discs, and you put them out, and you get 6 of them. You put them out basically like your objectives on the tabletop, and of course you roll for scatter and whatnot. And then in the sense of what these are, the basic set that we have here are you get 3 red, 3 blue, and they're your hidden objectives. So if say you're a trader, or you're playing on the trader side of the heresy, and you take control of an objective and you roll one of these cubes, and if you'll notice on different sides there's the hidden objectives. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus in. Let's see. No? Okay. This one says sabotage, and then you have targeting, nothing, grav wave, and skyfire. So basically what you would do is if you took control of the objective, you'd roll on one of these cubes, whether blue for loyalist or red for traitor, and of course you'd put down like what the hidden objective does. So trying to fix this fan here, but they're really cool concept, so you can, I always forget, oh, was that a sabotage marker or what was the objective marker? And you put dice on there to symbolize what you rolled. But, one of the easiest things for me to do is to forget, one, night fighting, two, forget if that objective marker had the sabotage rule or the skyfire rule or what, and then when you move off it and somebody else takes it, of course, trying to keep up with all that. This makes the gameplay a lot easier. So a really cool concept, and they also have different sets of inserts. You can change out these inserts. If you can see this one says Jink on it. And of course, like if you
nice.
move your flyers or you pop smoke, this one says smoke. So you can put them next to your vehicles or whatnot to symbolize, so everybody on the table knows whether you're in zooming flyer mode or if you're in jink mode or if you're in hover mode or if you moved flat out this turn or if you moved 6 inches. I mean, these are really good tools to use on the tabletop. Also, they also have inserts which if you have a vehicle that's taking damage and it's shaken, you can put the shaken marker up, or stunned, or weapon destroyed, or wrecked. That way, instead of having to tear your models apart or trying to figure out, everybody who's playing knows exactly what the status of that vehicle is. So I mean, really cool ModCube. You can go to www.modcube.com and check them out. They have a great selection of stuff, and just seeing these things in actual play, we were able to reach out to Steve and tell him, hey, what a great product he's got, and if you get a chance to play with some of these, it makes your gameplay go a lot faster and a lot smoother, and there's less questions about, hey, was that shaken or was that stunned or was that and if you do attend Alamo GT this year, be on the lookout, and we'll have them in play on the tables as well. So those of y'all that are signed up for Alamo GT will get to play with some of these mod cubes, and I believe we have some prize support as well with these mod cubes for some of the winners of the Alamo GT event. So that's the 30K event, not the 40K. So those of y'all that are playing in 30K, you're going to get to experience some of these new tools and see how they work on the tabletop. So, but
nice.
Yep. And
are those markers are they interchangeable, or do you just glue them on and you're
no, they're
dedicated to
interchangeable.
it?
You get like a little tool there. You can pop
Really?
the cube apart, and you can change out whether you want them to be objective marker cubes, or do you want them to be vehicle markers, or if you want them to be, and they have different setups as well. So I saw them using them for X-Wing as well as a couple other games. So they're versatile if you're a multi tabletop gamer. But just watching them in action at Adepticon, made me pick up a couple of sets. That way we can use them in our personal games. And, man, it just takes the guesswork. And they're completely customizable. Like I did reds and blues for Trader and Loyalist. And then, of course, you can put the cube together. Like I did these, which are going to be your vehicle markers in red and blue. So, but they have all different colors if you want to customize them to match your army or what have you. So,
oh, dude,
really,
yeah,
really cool.
I'm on their site right now. Like, you convinced me to buy some because that is freaking genius. And, they're actually looking at them. They're pretty affordable too. That's actually good.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's cool.
Anything to make the game progress smoother and faster, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when you lock yourself into like a 5,000 point game where you're gonna be tied up for a couple 4 or 5 hours, every minute counts as far as not getting wifed. But yeah, check them out. ModCube, really good tools for the game. And like I said, if you're in the Alamo GT, you'll be playing with them, and if you win, you might win a couple sets. Okay, so anyway, Michael.
Yep. What you got?
All right. No.
Let you do your mod cube spiel, man. No.
Oh yeah. I was like, I'm reaching out.
No,
you're
their mod in your cube.
I'm on the cube. Yeah, man. I tell you what, there are some pretty cool concepts for new gaming tools at Adepticon, which you get to see so much, but it's almost like you don't have enough time to see everything. But I think a lot of the cool things, products and stuff out there, you really see how the game has progressed. We saw a booth that had acrylic cutouts, like Legion-specific acrylic cutouts, which was really cool. Do you remember the name of that booth, Michael?
I don't. I have the card, but I do not remember the name of that guy. He was with the Powered Play people. I know that.
He was with Power Play, yeah. But it's amazing how we've gone from just your ordinary green cutouts that come with the box sets and red sticks. Who remembers the red sticks?
The red whippy sticks,
the
dude.
red whippy sticks, yeah.
Like I like how it's like very much defined as the red whippy sticks because that's what they were used for. They were used to beat the shit out of your friends, and I think everybody here knows that those bitches hurt. That's like.
Fuck yeah.
As soon as you'd watch your buddy try to go a little bit too far in his movement, whack, right across the knuckles, man. Bring him back to Catholic school.
Yeah. I can relate. But.
Dude, totally gonna sorry guys, I'm just gonna totally change subject here. Has anybody gotten this yet? The Index of Astartes book that came out last week?
No.
Oh, let me see that. What is
that? Index of Astartes, Apocrypha. From the Apocrypha. It's from that 30th anniversary thing that was going on.
Oh, dude, shit, I got it coming, but I haven't seen it yet. Is it pretty cool?
Dude, if you're a Rogue Trader, second ed, third ed guy, man, this is a freaking trip. I'm just flipping through it. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that artwork when I was a kid. That is awesome. Yeah, man.
Man, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to getting my 30K miniature. Mike Gupton has got me one on hold over at Goldmine, so I'm pretty stoked about getting. He said, he goes, I got the book too. I didn't even know which book it was, but I guess that's the one. So I picked up the book and the miniature. So I'm kind of stoked about that.
Dude, it's cool, man. There's an article in here about them actually making the first Land Raider, and then how they went off the concept for the Epic model and stuff.
Dude, I have that.
Yeah, the old school one.
Yeah, I love the old school, the old school Proteus. That thing,
yeah.
Is the titties. I haven't fielded them yet. Nobody takes Proteuses though.
For real, man.
Salamanders do, man. Why not? We're not worried about assaulting anybody. We just want to get close to the barn, yeah.
Man, we have to whack off the Proteus one of these days, man. I tell you, that's the poor Proteus never gets any love.
Dude, it's an AV-14 transport. It kind of whacks off itself, man. Just as long as you don't plan on charging out of it,
Yeah, right.
Dude,
what do you need to save that extra 30 points?
Dude, this is actually really. Sorry, guys. I'm noticing that there's actually pretty good lag on my end. So if I'm cutting you off, my bad.
No, you're all right.
Yeah, dude. They actually have They have a lot of Jess Goodwin's old school concept sketches for how they're going to do the Land Raider when they came out in plastic and stuff, man. And some of these I'm actually kind of why didn't you make it like that? That is bubble side turrets and stuff, man. It's a cool book, man. Even if anybody can appreciate it, it's solid.
Hey, what edition did you come into play, Rob?
Early third.
Early third. Nice.
Early third. Yep. I've been since I was a wee little lad. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you start with 40K or did you start with Fantasy?
I actually started with 40K. I actually started because, at the time I was living in Alaska, there's not really, especially back then, there wasn't much of a gaming scene. And I was I was a card flipper when I was really little. Not really little, I should say 10, 11, 12. But, fucking Pokemon and all that stuff, Legend of the Five Rings. And anyways, I went to my local comic shop that, like a lot of places, the comic shop is where you go for everything, right? And some guys are playing some old school 40K, and I was just watching, like, man, this is awesome. And then one of the guys that were playing it, like, saw me, and he's like, you really think this is that cool, huh? And I go, dude, this is awesome. I didn't even know that, like, this kind of gaming existed. And he was like, you want to play? And I go, yeah, but I can't really afford it. He was like, yeah, no, you're pretty young. And he goes out in his car, and he comes back in. He has one of those old Chessex, like, snap-tight, like, phone carriers, you know, the kind that, like, you try to open it, you break your pinky finger in the process. And he comes out, and he's like, well, check this out. Would you like them? And I open it up, and it was like 1,500 points at the time, so it's like, what, 2 10-man squads, a character, and Dreadnought? And,
Yep.
right, because it wasn't that much back then, of Ultramarines, and they were awesomely painted. And I was like, oh, man, these guys are cool. He's like, okay, good, have them. What?
No shit.
Hell yeah.
Shit, and it just started from there.
Dude, that is such. You know, I tell you what, man. Those are the best stories where somebody's actually will you know, and I've seen it. I've seen it several times. You know, where you know someone's trying to get into the hobby. Mike's given copious miniatures away to a lot of the young gamers around the shop and stuff like that. But those are the greatest stories where you hear stuff like that, where you know people really come forward and say, hey, man, I know you can't afford it. I know it's an expensive hobby, but let me get you started, you know.
let me put the needle in first.
Yeah, yeah. The first one's free. Tell all your friends.
I know your mother said never do crack, but this, have a little hit, just on me. Have a good day.
Have a little bit, yeah. Take some of this.
I can't wait for them to like put some science behind like miniature wargaming, like in a few years. Like there's some like Harvard law guy or some Harvard guy's gonna do like a fucking report on like what on Warhammer miniatures. We're gonna find out like there's some sort of endorphin release from some bullshit.
Or like, yeah, then you start seeing like commercials and stuff for MAUG, Mothers Against Wargaming.
MAUG.
MAUG.
No, this is what's going to happen. 20 years from now, right? There's going to be the presidential candidate, you know, 2046 or 2036, whatever, and it'll be like, yeah, I attribute my strategic win to Michael Montelago for getting me started in wargaming back at Crossroads. He gave me my first set of MK3 Marines, and ever since then, you know, it pushed me to be the best. And now I'm controlling the country as commander in chief. And you know, thank you, Michael, for securing that. You know.
And then watch him continue by going like, and I have read all the Horus Heresy novels, and that is when I have learned the truth, the real truth, the imperial truth. Democracy is a lie.
Oh,
shit! Are forfeit. We're going to space. It's like, Michael, how dare you? Son of a bitch. I'm a server now, you asshole.
God dang, I don't know what kid I gave Mark III Marines to. That he's a future presidential candidate, but
oh shit.
Dude.
Go get him, Zeke. Go get him, Zeke.
Who remembers that?
What is it?
It's the original art for First Chaplain's Rogue Trader.
Oh, snap. Look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Isn't that crazy?
Beating
That's
the
crazy.
fuck out of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like, sorry guys, I'm going through here, like, going back to childhood. It's like when you hear a song from the early 90s and you're just like, oh yeah, back when I didn't pay taxes.
That's so
nice. Oh man. Yeah. This is pretty cool. Sorry, I'm like totally enamored with this. I just got this package in today, so it's just like, ooh, a book. Something other than the hotel.
No shit. So you're in Houston right now, Rob? You're in Houston?
Yeah, I'm actually out in Dayton, which is like 30 miles map direction east of Houston.
Oh, so you're not like flooded in right now?
Yes and no. Just nobody really cares about here. There's not a whole lot of stuff.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah, but I will say though, like, yeah, I'm out here. I'm working this project business stuff out here in Alaska. But so I didn't. Funny story. You guys are kicking this. So Texas and bugs. You guys have a lot of them, and they're huge. And no, thank you. And I feel like Bill Paxton every day when I get out of my hotel room. So I'm just screaming that we're all fucking game over. but I was loading a truck earlier today, a flatbed, and I had like a stack of dunnage, just like a bunch of 4-inch by 4-inch sticks of timber that we use to load stuff on. And I was, being Alaskan, I never think to check where the wood piles are at. So I'm picking up these sticks of dunnage, right? And I'm just carrying them on my shoulder. And I was like, why does my neck feel super itchy? And I looked over, and the entire log is just swarming with ants.
Oh,
like,
shit. Oh, no.
So I dropped it, and they like the timber hits the ground, and it just like scatters. It looks like pepper all across the ground of just ants. I was like, what? And I looked behind me, and the whole wood pile, like not all of it, but like 6 or 7 sticks, it's just like a black mass of ants. I was like, what is this? It was okay 2 days ago. And one of the guys in the yard was like, oh yeah, sorry about that. The rain brings them out. I was like, what is that? Like, what do you mean the rain brings them out? This is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
What out? You make them seem like they're like some like Cthulhu and they're living in the deep, waiting for the time to rise. Like, oh yeah.
Yep, the bugs here are bad, but like we talked to Tim a couple weeks ago about Australian shit. Man, there's some shit that's scary as fuck there. Like, I mean, yeah, we have bugs of annoyance. Like, I tell you what, like there's a season here in Texas. I don't know if you're familiar with the love bug. The love bug is like these 2 bugs that oh shit, did he freeze up?
No, I'm overreacting. Because I know what you're talking about, because they're starting to come out here today, and I didn't understand it, because I was like, is that 2 bugs, or is that 1 bug with 2 sets of wings?
Yeah, they're love bugs. They're fucking bugs. The fucking bugs, man. I mean, that's pretty much what they do. They just kind of ass to ass, and and they're bugs of annoyance. So, like, you ride a motorcycle, you gotta like scrape these bugs off you, like whenever you go somewhere, or if you're in a car or vehicle. The whole front of your grill will be caked with these love bugs. So they don't really do anything that'll fuck you up, but they annoy the piss out of you. Like ants are everywhere, man. You'll be there enjoying the freaking summer day, and all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? And they don't immediately bite you. It's like if they bit you like on the ankles, it'd be one thing, but they wait till they get to the groin, and then it's like, all right, now bite everyone simultaneously, So
synchronized bite. Go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what.
Get that testicle.
Yeah, I mean, they wait. You're like, is something crawling on me? No, it's my imagination. Then all of a sudden, it's like 30 ants bite you all at the same time. Yeah, bugs of annoyance.
So like, okay, so answer me this then. I found 1 bug. Okay, not really found. I've seen them before down here, but it's like it looks like a wasp. But it's big enough to where I'm pretty sure it could combat a bald eagle and kill it.
Yeah.
And they're either black or they're bright red.
Is it like a stink bug? Because we have stink bugs too.
No, like it looks like a wasp.
It's probably just a big ass wasp. Like
a big ass wasp. I mean, they come in multicolored here. It's like I don't piss off the red ones. I can handle a yellow jacket, but those red wasps. Oh, piss on that, man! It's like I'm out. You know who's really scared? You know who's really scared of bugs? My brother, dude. Oh my God, dude. My brother, man. I don't know if he's listening, if he's out there or not in land, but yeah, my brother's a big pussy when it comes to like wasps or bees. Bees. That's great. That's great.
Dude, it's just like so. My initial reaction when I saw that thing and it flew at me, I was throwing my hands in the air and screaming like a small child while pissing myself. That was a normal reaction, man. I was okay like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. You fit right in with my brother. Big pussy.
No, that just tells me that your brother is a very smart man because fuck those things. That's like proof that God made marijuana on purpose because the creator had to be high as hell to make that shit. Like who sits there and goes, yeah, that will fuck with somebody.
Oh yeah, it's the annoyance, man.
No, they just got like real bored. Like they forgot what they were doing when they were in Texas. They were like, just take one of the things I already made and just make it a little bit bigger. It's all right. Change the color up.
It's like the armadillo, the giant what the fuck of the animal kingdom.
Yeah, Texas is the United States boss level. And Alaska's like the final level or something.
Alaska's just a place where Leonardo DiCaprio can get an Emmy. That's all that is.
Dude, I gotta ask though, man. There's, you talk about like a comic book shop in Alaska. I mean, when I think Alaska, I just think of like sheets of snow. Tommy Lee Jones running
No,
around like rescuing wolves. And Al Pacino not getting
no.
any sleep. I mean, that's pretty much it.
So like the big like misassumption, I guess that's a word. Fuck it, I'm gonna make it a word. About Alaska is that like you see like all these movies and documentaries, right? So everyone just thinks that like, oh, it's just full of all these like native tribes and like Ryan Reynolds trying to marry Sandra Bullock or something. Like that's it, right? But the reality is like there's two different sides of Alaska because it is such a huge state. Like it's 2/3 the size of the rest of the states combined.
Yeah, like
That,
almost as big as Texas.
no, it's like 4 times as big. I hate to break it to you, but you got small 60 years ago.
It's
Sorry.
almost as big as Texas. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that.
Okay, well,
Okay, so tell me about Alaska. Tell me about
we-
Alaska.
So, there's two different sides of it, like, because Alaska, since it's in the Union, everybody who lives there are from people from North 48, right? So it's this giant melting pot of people, right? And what's weird about it is, like, it creates this weird balance in itself. Like, I've noticed that every other state that I go to, there's a lot of things that I have similar with those people to some degree, and then a lot of things I'm totally like, what in the fuck is, like, what? What do you mean you got a tram? What the fuck is that? But the state itself, like, your major epicenters, like, Juneau, Kodiak, Kenai, Anchorage, Fairbanks, like those places, they're very much like modernized. Like they have chain box stores and like IMAX movie theaters and like big ones. Not like, oh, they have 2 IMAX theaters. That's great. Like no, it's like our IMAX theater has like 24 rooms in it and stuff. Like
See,
shopping malls and
I
highways and
would
stuff.
have thought you had to take like a dog sled or something to like the IMAX.
No, we got highways. We got highways and stuff. Our highways though, like that is one thing that's different. Our highways are 2-lane. There's only a 3-lane highway that goes out from Anchorage to Eagle River. So out of the entire state, there's only 15 miles. It's actually technically 3 lanes each way. Everywhere else is 2-lane each way. And then, yeah, so I mean that's like your major like living centers where it's like majority of people move to because that's where the work's at for Alaska. And then you go further out to like Bethel, Dutch Harbor, even Ketchikan sort of, and like those places, and then now you're starting to get the mix of bush life / small town life / village life, depending on what part of the state you're in, because it starts changing.
But
So
you
it's
say village.
yeah. There's definitely some villages, and there's some villages that are completely dry, like they don't let any booze in and stuff. But like it's kind of like Indian reservations in a way, but they have a lot more power than Indian reservations, like because they've actually. There's a long story, and this is not an Alaskan podcast, but yeah, it's
no.
different.
I mean, I'm
It's
learning.
different.
I'm learning. I think it's great, man. You think Alaska and you think just Eskimos and Timberwolves and shit like that. I mean,
We
it's
definitely have that. Like, it's just that it's all like you go to the cities and stuff like that. No, I say cities like, oh yeah, Anchorage, 280,000 people, woohoo! But it's right outside your front door. Like as soon as you get outside of like suburbia area, you're in the woods again. Like you're there with it. Like it's not a big thing to get up one morning, go to work, and there's 2 moose out in the front yard. You're just like, oh, well, I guess I won't go to my car right now. I'll wait a minute.
Another thing about my brother, the moose is his spirit animal. So the redemption on the wasp story, bro, right there. Moose is in the front yard.
Moose is in the front yard, man.
Moose is in the front yard. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's yeah. You go up, dude. If you were to fly to Anchorage, I know of at least 4 different game shops that are within 30 miles of each other, like in a 30-mile radius, like Tier 1, Bosco's, MJ Cards and Comics, and Hobby Craft, but they more or less sell GW stuff. But yeah, like we got that's totally up there.
See, that's fantastic, man. I like hearing that. Like. Yeah, I mean, I would have gone through life with the misconception that Alaska was just a barren, like, tundra. You know what I'm saying? That's freaking awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. We're up to par with everybody else, man. Like, yeah, it's just that it's fucking cold.
Hey, what about the daylight savings time kind of thing? That 6 months of light and 6 months of dark? Is that
so? No, that's real, and it's like your daylight. We still follow daylight savings time like everybody else because it makes absolutely no fucking sense. So of course everyone's gonna do it. but ours is because Alaska's so high up on the planet, right? When we're tilting on the axis, we get less light and then more light throughout the year, like everybody else, but ours is extreme. So, like, if you're down in Anchorage area, and I mean just southeast and even central, like, you'll have periods like the month of December is usually the month that has the least amount of daylight. And when I say that, like, sun will rise, like cut the horizon at like 10:30 in the morning, and then it will set and go away at 3:30 in the afternoon. Now that only lasts for about a week, but it does get that dark. You still have daylight during the day, but the sun will like barely be up there, and then it goes back down, right? You go up to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, or Barrow, Alaska, and the sun will never actually cut the horizon, but it'll still illuminate light. You just only have light for a few hours, and then it goes away again. But from that period, like December 21st-ish, all the way up to like June 21st, you start gaining minutes a day of daylight, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And then you get to June 21st, and we call that solstice. That's the longest day of the year, and it's like 22 hours of daylight. And that's when everybody parties. It's, you know, like, but even when I say daylight, it's not like here where it's like high noon and it's like, oh my God, it's bright out. No, it's like a constant dusk. It just stays dusk.
Hold on 1 second. Hello?
All right.
Yeah, just gonna take a call right there. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, just all right. That's great listening. Good job, Josh.
That's crazy.
Anyways,
The whole constant dusk thing. That's pretty. 22 hours of daylight. Kind of messes you up.
Yeah, it'll be like early dawn. How like in early dawn it's like that light blue in the air. It's not really bright yet, but it's just like that light blue everywhere.
Yeah.
It'll be like that at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. I'm on my way. Okay, I'm on my way.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, fellas. Hey, my wife was just in an accident. Everyone's okay, but I got to run out. Yeah. Car's totaled, so I need to go check on her. And I apologize, but I got to run. All right.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Yep. Hope she's okay, man.
Dang. I guess we should call it. I mean, out of respect.
Out of respect.
All right, guys. We appreciate y'all watching.
Yeah.